Yo, come on into the building, you guys. Come on into the building. Y'all know what time it is. You gotta know what time it is. Come on into the building. Let's get this thing started, man, so we can go and enjoy the rest of our Friday. Y'all know how we do here from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're now rocking with the best. All right, you are now rocking with the best from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is it. Yes, sir. Yo, good people. It's your homie HerbMan. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger. But please go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And if you're new to the program, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right. So I am your neighborhood holistic practitioner. I'm the one and only. I'm none other than your homie HerbMan. Welcome to the HerbMan Show. This is where we teach people how to heal themselves. And you cannot heal yourself unless you know thyself. So we're going to make sure that we teach you about the human frame and the human design so that you guys can be well on your way to the happiness, the wholeness, and the wellness that we all deserve. All right. So you guys already know this. This is a free information station. You don't have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All you simply got to do is pay attention. And how we do that on the HerbMan Show is by double tapping that screen and getting us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. Look, I'm going to work for those likes. All we ask for you to do is do your job on the opposite end. Be interactive. Ask your questions. Follow, like, share, do everything that you need to do to get this question spread. All right. That's what we do. Please try to hold all your calls until 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when we'll take your calls. All right. So with that being said, you guys already know, man, we're going to continue to keep busting you guys upside the head with this information that you need to make sure that you are in the best state of health that you can possibly be in. Okay. That's what this is really all about. We're trying to make sure that you're in the best state of health that you can possibly be in, because health is the umbrella for wealth. Wealth lives under the umbrella of health. Family structure, finances, all the stuff that you love and like, it lives under the umbrella of health. And if you don't have a healthy mind, if you don't have a healthy spirit, if you don't have healthy emotions, and if you don't have a healthy body, there's no way that you can be wealthy for an extended period of time. There's no way that you can have a healthy family, healthy finances without understanding those four dynamics, right? And so with that being said, we teach you guys about the owner's manual. The owner's manual is the #1 health assessment on the planet, not just in America, on the planet. We don't need a birth. We don't need your blood type, your blood sample. We don't need a stool sample, urine sample, hair sample. We don't need to pull that little culture from that little nasty bump down there. We don't need those things. Those things are reductionist mechanisms that are being utilized by institutions like your modern medical healthcare system. We don't do that. We're not microscopic. We are macroscopic. So we pull out and take the whole life into consideration to figure out how you ended up where you're at anyway, by any means. And once you get that, you'll understand that all we need is a birthday. Somebody put the birthday in the chat. All we need is a birthday. And with that birthday, we'll uncover some of your tendencies. When you know your tendencies, then you know thyself. Then you can be able to circumvent a lot of the triggers that you're going right into, because you're just too ignorant of how you actually operate. So you need your owner's manual. If I didn't know how to operate my car, it came with an owner's manual. If I didn't know how to operate my refrigerator, it came with an owner's manual. When I go buy a hair blower, it came with an owner's manual. When I go get me this new Samsung phone that I'm looking at, it's going to come with an owner's manual. So that owner's manual is going to give me 3 things. It's going to give me how to get the most longevity out of that piece of equipment. It's going to tell me how to use it. So usage is a very good thing that you learn from your owner's manual. And it's also going to show me how to get the optimal performance out of this piece of equipment so that I can make it last longer. I know the maintenance procedures. I know when to clean it, what buttons to press, everything when you read your owner's manual. So for that little funky, measly $50 that you're holding on to, you can get your owner's manual, okay? Now, we got our shameless plug out the way. Let's talk about what we're talking about today. If you ain't got no flow, you can't heal, okay? Because everything, when it moves, it can heal. When everything moves, it can heal. But when everything breaks down, It's because you're stagnant. You got blockages. And these blockages can happen every and anywhere. You got mental blockages, you got emotional blockages, you got spiritual blockages, you got physical blockages. Where is your blockage? And that's why with that little birthday, we can tell you where you need to be looking out for. Some of you guys have already ran into these stumbling blockages. But for our children and their children to learn this, we got this HerbMan school going right now with the early bird special. If you really want to learn what I'm teaching you guys, it's a year-long course. You can get in for $1,000 or you can pay $100 a month. If you need a payment plan, you DM me. If you just want to outright pay your school tuition, go to the website, type in HerbMan School and get in. The early bird special ends March the 31st. Then it doubles in price, okay? But we ain't going to make this complicated today. We're not going to make this all medical. We're not going to make this confusing. We're just going to tell you how TI is, how the truth, okay? The truth about the matter. I like being able to tell the truth because the truth hurts. And sometimes that's what y'all need. You need your little feelings hurt about what it is that you're doing to yourself, okay? Everything that heals is going to flow. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Everything that heals is going to flow. Everything that breaks down is going to get stuck. It's going to get stagnant. It's going to get some blockages, okay? But here's the thing. You got to know what flows. Your blood flows. Your lymph will flow. Your breath, your respiratory, that has a flow to it. Your air, right? Your thoughts flow. Your emotions flow. What I just told you basically was your mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, and physical health, all in a nutshell. Okay? They must flow. They must flow. If they don't, and when they don't, that's where your problem is at. That's where your problem is at. And so we can have mental blockages. And then you worried about why you got brain fog, why you got headaches every day, why you got all this stuff. We have emotional blockages, and you worried about why your hormones and stuff are acting up, PCOS, fibroids, endometriosis, prostate cancer, breast cancer. We have all this stuff goes back to some body parts. These things must flow. Blood must flow. Lymph must flow. Your breath, your air, it must flow. Oxygen has to flow. Nutrients must circulate. They must flow. Waste must flow. It must flow out of the muscles, out of these areas, and out of the body. You can't keep that that blood urea nitrogen. You can't keep that uric acid. You can't keep that lactic acid. You can't keep that carbonic acid. You can create it, but you can't keep it. It's got to be created, then it's got to get out of the body. Your electrical signals, they must flow. Okay? Y'all got to understand that. And these are what is causing the problem because we're not in a state of flow. So now when you're not in a state of flow, no, you won't figure out how to get out of your impoverished situation. When you're not in a state of flow, no, you can't figure out how to get over your social anxiety. When you're not in that state of flow, no, you can't be creative or communicative the way that you wanted to be. When you're not in your flow, no, you might not write like you used to be. You got writer's block. You ain't writing in your journal like you used to be. You're quiet. You're not talking to people like you used to. You know, you can't come up with the idea that it takes to create the future that you want because you're stuck. You're stagnated. You ain't even dreaming no more. Okay, if you ain't dreaming, then how are you imagining? See, a dream at night is also a daydream in the day. So if you ain't dreaming at night, you ain't imagining during the day, then that's where creativity flows from. My dreams been like a movie every night. I wake up and be like, damn, that was a good movie. You know what I'm saying? Like the dream so fire, I wake up like, damn, that was a good ass movie. Right? Because it's in a movie sense. Life is about movement. You got to have this flow. Stagnation is when the life declines. Okay? So I want to ask you guys a question. So we know about the mental health, right? We know about the mental health department of life. I'm gonna just put it like this because I don't really have a lot of room to write. But we know about the mental health part of life, right? The fire element. Fire equals mental health. Your water element equals your emotional health. Your earth element equals your physical health. Okay. Your air element equals your spiritual health. I'll write these down for you guys. You learn all of this in the HerbMan School, you guys. All right. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and join. You only got 3-4 days left. We start class on April the 4th. Okay. These are your 4 health departments in your body. Your mental health department, your emotional health department, your physical health department, and your spiritual health department. Where in your life, what department in your life do you feel flow? And which one of these where you feel stuck? I'm gonna let y'all answer. Guys, keep tapping. I'm gonna keep talking. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get us up to 100,000. I love doing these things, man. These really show you how to heal yourself. You just got to know yourself better. When you start knowing yourself better, then you can manage yourself better. It ain't about elimination. It's not about addition. It's about managing what you got. It's just about managing what you got. You need to manage your time better if that's what you got. Manage your money better if that's what you got. Manage your family better if that's what you got. You just got to manage your time better. Don't add no more time. Don't eliminate no more time. Manage it better. And we're going to show you how to do this with this owner's manual, with the HerbMan School, and also if you want your foundational blueprint. Okay. All right. Somebody said what? Which one are you? Which one? For me, is physical. Okay. So you feel like you're flowing physically or that you're stuck physically. Light skinned the legend. I need to know flow or stuck. Where in your life do you feel the flow? And where do you feel the stuck? So we got to differentiate between which one. Real motivation said W. So that's emotional. Okay. So light skin said I feel stuck physically. Okay. So now when you're saying you feel stuck physically, right? Let me show you emotionally also how that is going to play in. Okay. So you feel stuck physically, right? Light skin. No, I was asking about do you feel stuck or flow in one of these departments? Okay. Real motivation. So if a person is feeling stuck physically, right? It can have a lot to do with stress and anxiety because this is the earth element down here. So it can have a lot to do with the stress and anxiety. But the question is, what am I being stressed over? You might be having blockages and stagnation in your finances. Most time, the root situation for it says for money ain't evil, but for the love of it, right, is the root. So our finances, our safety, our security, and our finances can cause a lot of stress and anxiety. So you could have blockages in your finances that's causing a lot of stress on the body. Now you're talking about blockages in your kidneys, blockages in your adrenals, blockages in your blood vessels causing high blood pressure. I don't know what you got, but I'm trying to get you to understand how we understand how you got it. We ain't worried about what you got, it's how you got it. Okay? It's how you got it. All right. Now, the other thing here, light skin, is that also now we got to go up here to the thyroid, right? The thyroid is the organ, but let's talk about the emotions. Doubt and trust. Okay. Being around people that you don't trust or you can't trust, or people been breaking your trust, or you can deem yourself to be very untrustworthy yourself. This can start to cause what? Not just thyroid problems of let's say temperature imbalances, right? Hot and cold, hot flashes, but we're talking about weight gain, weight loss, fluctuations in your weight can start to throw yourself off. That means that now you may be dabbling with obesity issues, calcium issues, bone issues. All this type of stuff can come out of this earth thing that feels blocked. Okay? You see that? You see that? Well, if it's you can't be physically unmotivated, so then that's you probably said the wrong thing. Okay? You can't be physically unmotivated unless you're physically lethargic or fatigued, and then that's still down here in the stress. Okay, if you're just feeling physically lethargic, but unmotivated is not about your body can't do it, it's about your mind can't do it. See, unmotivated is a thing to where I can physically do something, I just don't want to do it. I don't have that desire, then that's going to come from the mental or the emotional side of life. Okay. So not a physical thing, but it can lead to that. Say, yep, been gaining weight. Okay, so we there. So you look at the emotions behind the physical blockage. We don't just look at the physical blockage, we look at the emotions. Everything deals in emotion. I don't know if y'all like H-Town, but it's all about emotion. Yeah. Okay. It's all about emotions. So we got to be able to make sure that we understand those things. Okay. Yes, that sounds right. Okay, cool. Real motivation. Now, which one do you think you're stuck or flowing in? Are you flowing in one of these or are you blocking in one of these? Which one? Y'all talk about it. Let me know which one. We're talking about which one of these are you flowing in, it's lovely, or that you feel you're blocked in? Is it your mental health, physical health, emotional health, or spiritual health? Is it all four? Is it 2 out of the 4, 3 out of the 4? What say you? And then we're going to talk about what's behind all of this stuff that's causing the blockages, if you are blocked. Okay? Yeah, but you got a combo going on of what? Flowing or blockage? I don't know what y'all talking about if you're just typing. Flow mentally and physically stuck. Flow mentally and physically stuck emotionally. Thank you, writer's perspective. No wonder they call you a writer. You know how to write and type, okay? So mentally and physically, they flowing, which is a good thing, okay? You're flowing mentally and physically, but you're feeling stuck emotionally. Emotionally becomes the water element, okay? So now when we're looking at the water element, maybe you got to look at your ability to forgive and move on with your life, okay? Forgiveness and moving on with your life could be something that's causing that emotional stuck. Another one up here is going to be what? How you're perceiving life. Sometimes you can be delusional and not coming to facing the reality of what's going on in your life. It could be a very daunting thing, causing a lot of emotional blockages. But understand that when you're dealing with these water things, you're susceptible to reproductive system issues here. And then you're also susceptible to growth and development issues. Okay, so you may have a lot of hair, you may start losing hair, you may have issues with your skin, you may have issues with your lymphatic system, you may have issues with just basically all of the fluids in the body. But one of them is going to be the skin. The other one is going to be your lymphatic system that you're really going to have to take a really deep look at. So if you start having emotional wear and tear and you see your skin breaking out, then you know why. If you start having emotional despair and you see that you're getting boils, or if you're getting eczema, or if you're getting swellings in the body, all that type of stuff, then we're talking about the fluids. Okay? Writer's perspective, you get that? Okay? Y'all just be talking on here. All right? So stuck physically. Stuck physically, again, we just talked about that. Stress and anxiety, doubt and trust issues can be causing that stuckness, right? So you got to allow your emotions to flow in those areas. Okay? You got to allow your emotions to flow in those areas of your body. You can't live this paradigm being so untrustworthy or being untrusting to everybody and conspiracy theories that everybody's against you. You can't be like that here. You got to trust. You got to be able to allow people to help you. Okay? You got to. Now we understand blockage, but let's look at what flow looks like in these same areas so that we can kind of put it in perspective, okay? Flow is just not about physical. Okay, you remember that I told you that flow is a state of being. Okay, so when you're looking at your body and you're trying to see, well, do I have some flow? Yeah, if you got regular digestion, that's the earth. If you got steady energy, the fire. If you got clear thinking, if you got smooth breathing, the air. If you got consistent elimination, then you're in flow. Now, how many people can say that they're in flow just based on that? That's just in the body. If you're flowing in the body, you're going to have regular digestion. That means that what you put in, you put out. Regular digestion means is if I eat one time a day, I'm pooping one time a day. If I eat twice a day, I poop twice a day. If I eat 3 times a day, I poop 3 times a day. That's regular digestion. So don't get that twisted. Regular digestion is equal entrance to equal exit. Somebody put that in the chat. Regular digestion is equal entrance to equal exit. That's regular digestion. Okay, I got steady energy. Okay, I'm not feeling lethargic. I'm not feeling fatigued. I feel good most of the day. I got clear thinking. I ain't got no brain fog. I ain't got no loss of memory. I'm on point. I know what I'm doing. Smooth breathing. Okay, I'm not coughing. I'm not snorting. I'm not doing anything to try to increase the airflow. Consistent elimination. That's the same thing. Equal entrance to equal exit. Right? How many of you got that flow? Put some ones in the chat if you do. Put some ones in the chat if you do. Put some 2s in the chat if you're not there. Okay, so if you're there, you're flowing in the body. Okay, if you got all of that going on, you are flowing in your body. All right. Now let's look at what flowing in the mind means, since everybody's flowing in the body. If everybody's flowing in the body, then ain't nobody on here sick. That's a good thing. So what flowing in the mind looks like is flexible thinking. Not only do I got the ability to creatively think, but I got flexible thinking. It can bounce like it needs to be. I got clarity. I got presence when I'm doing a situation. I got the creativity when I'm in the situation. How many people got that flow? If you got that flow, then you're flowing in your mind. Now let's go to the next one. Flowing in your emotions. Okay. What does that look like, HerbMan? Your ability to feel and then release. Don't keep the emotion. Thank you guys very much. Don't keep your emotions, but you can express them. You can express them and then you can release them. Right? Flowing in my emotions is when I have the ability to feel, but I also know how to release. Okay. The next one is I ain't got no build up emotionally. I ain't thinking about the past. I'm not letting things suppress and just build up in my body. I know how to feel and release. All right. So that's how you know you're feeling emotional. How many of us is there? Put some ones in the chat. Okay. Put some ones in the chat if you have the ability to feel it and release it. No build up, no suppression. Okay. So if you guys got all that, then ain't no need in y'all watching me then. You guys are healed. Go tell your sick friends. Okay. Thank you for being honest, Manissa. Cause these folks on here, if you're healed, there's no need for you to watching me. I did not come for the healed. I come for the sick. Okay. I ain't come for the healed. I come for the sick. All right. Y'all have been on here watching too long and you're lying to yourself, because I know damn well you wouldn't be on here if you didn't have some problems. But if you think that you okay, I've done my job. Go on about your business and go tell one of your sick friends to tune in. I get tired of talking to the same old people. This is not entertainment. This is education. If you feel like you know, and if you feel like you got it going on, I release you in your name out to the wild, so that you can go and continue the ministry going. There's no need for you to stay at my congregation. Okay? We love to build up ministers, but we don't allow ministers to stay in the class no longer than what they should. Once you get right, go and tell somebody else. Stop being greedy. You guys come on here all the time, you're greedy. I don't want to see your motherfucking ass every day. If you got it going on, I release you. Go and build your own infrastructure. Go tell it on the mountain. Okay? When you have this flow feels like ease, not force. It's not, this is not force, this is flow. Okay? This is not force, this is flow. Blockages is going to have some resistance. So if you're in your body, if every now and then you're getting constipated, you're getting bloated, every now and then you're getting some inflammation, every now and then you got tension and tight muscles, if you're feeling lethargic and fatigued, that's blockage in the body. Put some ones in the chat if you guys are feeling that. Anything that I just said, constipation, bloating, tension, tight muscles, inflammation, lethargy or fatigue. Okay? There you go. Some folks willing to tell the truth. And it can't be the same folks who just said that they got flow. Okay? That's how I know y'all be lying. You see what I'm saying? It can't be the same people that just said they feel. When you felt the flow, you good. So you got this off and on thing going on. That's what it is, right? Somebody put off and on in the chat. I feel good some days I don't. I feel bad some days I don't. I feel good some days I don't. I feel bad some days I don't. If you're off and on, all you got to do is look at the off days. What is different about your off days? I bet you I can tell you exactly what the difference is on your off. What is different on your off day? Before I tell you, I want y'all to tell me. What do you think is different on your off days versus your on days? Y'all let me know. Somebody says sleep deprivation for me. Okay, close. My thoughts on my off days. Okay, there we go. Somebody said they eating. Okay. Somebody said anxiety. Okay. Let me tell you what's the difference. The difference is on your off days, I let other people's problems affect me. My results, doubt, information. The difference is on your off days, you wake up feeling off. And that throws everything else off. The difference is on your off days, for some reason you woke up feeling fucked up. For whatever reason, you wake up not feeling like you was on your off day. It's just a thing. You don't know what happened. It's just a thing that you just wake up and just don't feel like doing shit. And because you don't feel like doing stuff, but you gotta do something, that throws you off. Listen to what I'm saying. Some of y'all, even though you got jobs that you don't really like to go on, some of y'all is okay with going to work because you know how we go to work. Some people at work are our best friends. Some people at work is way more funner than being in a boring ass house. You know what I'm saying? It was a point where I hated school. There was a point where I liked school because school was where the friends was at. School was where the fun was at. Why would I stay home? Even if I was sick, I want to go to school because everybody's at school. There's nobody in the neighborhood. If everybody go to school, there's nobody home. If everybody's going to work because I'm an adult, there's nobody in the neighborhood. So work get to be fun sometimes because that's where your interactions is at. See? Them your own days. You don't mind driving that forklift sometime right now, because you know y'all be in that bitch shooting the shit with your own boy them. See, you don't mind going to work some days, even though you know it's work, You don't mind clocking in because you know you and your girlfriend gonna go out to lunch. Y'all may go over here to go to Ensalada, or you may go over here and go to the little sandwich shop or something with Kiki and Mika them for lunch. So that shit be fine sometimes because what you gonna do at the house? But then sometimes work will still hit you and you just like, I don't feel like going in today. But you still get up, brush your teeth, iron your clothes, and go to work. Those are your off days. Can't you see it? It's when you don't feel like doing shit and still got to do it, that becomes your off day. What if it's the opposite? My only motivation is my check and responsibility. Then you always gonna have off days, right? Right perspective. If all you doing is getting your ass up for a check and responsibilities, you got plenty of off days. No wonder you watching. If you can't find no solidarity in what you're doing, you can't find no goodness and fun in it, you're gonna have more off days than not. Okay? Because just getting a check and responsibilities, everybody doing that. But you can still go and chit chat with your coworkers to make the day go. I know a lot of people that don't like what they don't like having to work, but they like the people they work with. I know some folks that get making plenty of money and they hate the people that they work with. So that means your only good day is payday. You only feel good on Fridays. So I would hate to work with you, Ryder's perspective, because then that means that you mean all the way from Monday through Thursday. You sitting up here with a tight lip, tooted up Monday through Thursday. So you're not having great days. You're not, now your bad days is outweighing your good days. We don't want that. Okay? We don't want that. Okay? We don't want that. I'm just telling you what most folks do. That's true. That's where I'm at. I chit chat and feel drained afterwards. Yep, I've been there too. Had to change some things. Yeah, you telling on yourself. That's how I know you. That's why you here. All right. Now, what blockage looks like in the mind? Overthinking, confusion, indecision. Okay. If you're overthinking all the time, if you feel confused about what you need to be doing in life, confused about where life is taking you, if you're sitting there being indecisive every 5 minutes, scared to make a decision, a lot of us is fearful of making decisions, right? And it's because our track record says that every time you try to do something right, it ends up wrong. We get that and got that, but that means that's a blockage in the mind. That's the blockage in the mind, okay? If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, we have that for you, okay? DM us and we'll get you the information to your owner's manual. That's all you need. That's what we're talking about, okay? If you want to learn this stuff, you got about 4 more days to get into the HerbMan School, all right? And you guys need information about that, you can also DM me as well, all right? So in your emotions, what does blockage look like? Again, we told you, suppression. Okay to express, not okay to suppress. Numbness. Some people are just numb emotionally. They done been through so much stuff that they just can't feel no more. They can't fall and they can't feel. Okay, irritability. You ever seen somebody irritable? Probably like Ryder's perspective, Monday through Thursday. Just irritable. Cause your ass gotta be here. And you only here for that check and responsibility. Then you seem agitated all the time. You seem quick to anger, frustrated. When they talk about the angry black woman, the angry black man, just the blockages emotionally. And the reason why we're like that in our community, because a lot of us as children wasn't taught to express ourselves, or being expressive is even something warranted, because that means that how you gonna be yourself? Mama tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. So we wasn't raised to let little Bobby say what he gonna say and just go stand in the corner. We was raised that your mom ain't your best friend, your dad ain't your friend. They'll whoop your ass. They brought you in here, they'll take you out. So we didn't come up expressing ourselves. I don't want that being, mom. But who you talking to? Don't you ever tell me what you don't want again. So we didn't come up expressive. So we came up suppressive. You had to go up in that room and hold that shit in, or you're gonna get that switch of belt put to. I'm coming here and give you something to cry about. That's what they used to say. So you got suppressive. So one culture taught suppression as a respect mode, while the other one taught expression as a respect mode. I'm gonna respect my child and let him express himself. The black community said, I'm gonna suppress my emotions to respect my parents. Two different fundamentally things. And that started to cause buildup. So a lot of us are blocked up emotionally. Now remember that emotions are connected to what system in the body? Is it the digestive system? Is it the nervous system? Is it the endocrine system? Is it the circulatory system? Emotions are connected to which system? Nervous system, digestive system, the respiratory system, the endocrine system. Which one? Hey y'all, it's me, y'all. Now you need to continue to still stay with us so you can learn. Emotions, a lot of you guys are getting this wrong. Especially BK5507, Monica Modi. Oh yeah, y'all getting this wrong. Emotions. Emotions is connected to which damn system? Now, y'all better bring y'all ass to school. Because I got some of my biggest students got this wrong. Oh, lymphatic. Oh no. Oh no. Thank you, rare element Aquarius. It took an Aquarius to learn from a Gemini. See, the Geminis in the Aquarius, we know what we're doing, okay? Your emotions are connected to your endocrine system. Remember, these are endocrine glands: the pineal, the pituitary, the thyroid, the thymus gland, etc., right? This is the endocrine system. Your emotions are attached to your endocrine glands. Stress and anxiety, adrenals. Okay. Number 2, right here. This is the solar plexus. This is going to be which one? Your gonads, boys and girls, the gonads. Okay. Number 3, this was your solar plexus. Is going to be what? Because that's the sacral. This the solar plexus is going to be connected to the pancreas. Number 4, they say the heart, but no, we talk about the thymus gland here, your immune system. Number 5 is the thyroid. Number 7 is going to be the what? The pituitary gland. Number 9 is going to be your pineal gland. This is where all of the emotions are connected to the endocrine system. Okay. So when you got this buildup and you're suppressing, that's why in the black community, think about what I just told you from the endocrine system. Now, what's the number of I'm going to say melanated people to our counterparts when it comes to hormonal imbalance? Hormonal imbalance, reproductive cancers. That means breast, prostate, ovarian, uterine. We are up in numbers. The endocrine system, baby. The thyroid, menopause, and the thyroid gland. What's going on in that by numbers? We are up. The melanated people, because of what I just told you. Blocks emotionally. Okay? That blockage is going to block up something and creates pressure in that organ or in that organ system. That pressure is going to create a symptom over time. Let me repeat that. Blockages are going to create the pressure in that organ or that organ system. That pressure will create a symptom over time. Okay? We get this? We got it? Okay? Now, let's do some connections. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Now, let's do some connections. When you ain't got nothing moving in your life, what you mean moving in my life? I just told you, if nothing is moving in your mental health department, your mental health department is your thinking. Okay? Let's put this up here. It is your thinking. You got to have things moving in your thought life. Okay? You got to have things moving in your thought life. I'm just going to put all these up here. All right, here we go. When things are not moving, your waste is going to build up, not just in the body, but wasted creativity in your mind, in your feelings, in everything that you're doing, the four aspects: eating, drinking, thinking, and feeling. Your circulation slows down. This circulation is a twofold word. It's not just about circulation of your blood, but it's how your ideas are circulating in society, how your money is circulating in society. Okay? When things don't move, the oxygen delivery is going to drop. Well, when your oxygen drop, that also means that your iron has dropped. That's going to make you privy to inflammation, right? You see that? When things don't move, that means inflammation increases. All of this stuff go together. So when you have a poor digestion, okay, earth element, you got poor digestion, that's going to create stagnation, the food that you're eating. Now, when you got this food going through slower than usual, what else slows down digestion? Really quick, what else slows down digestion? Remember, we're talking about the endocrine system as well. What else slows down digestion? The state of what? Parasympathetic or sympathetic? The state of fight or flight or the state of rest and repair? Which one of those slow down digestion? So not only do you got poor digestion from the food that you're eating, well, how you get poor digestion? What makes the food go slower is the combination of starches and proteins. Okay? No, Manissa. Yeah, I'm glad y'all coming to class because there's a lot of stuff y'all don't know. Yes, fight or flight also makes digestion slow down. Okay? So poor digestion is not only coming from bad food combinations, but now it also coming from staying in a fight or flight state of being. Now, when you got that poor digestion from either angle or both, then guess what? Stagnation starts to come in the gut. You done ate something, but you're on the go. So you that food is stagnated. That stagnation starts to do what? Toxic buildup. That toxic buildup is going to, because if you got toxins building up, guess what? It's going to create an immune response. That immune response is going to come to the area and try to figure out how it needs to deal with the toxic buildup. And then guess what? That's going to feel like inflammation. Way before you feel it, look what happened. Poor digestion went to stagnation. Stagnation caused toxic buildup. Toxic buildup caused immune response. Four things done happened before you felt it physiologically. Before you feel it in your body, four things have already took place. Inflammation is the only point time that you start feeling, oh, my back hurt. If your back hurt, it's because of your stomach. If y'all didn't know that. Most times, the portion of your stomach where your stomach start, which is from, I would say, around the lower lumbar area, right? So you got from about right here in your thoracic area to your lumbar. That's where your stomach is. So if you got mid back to lower back pain, it's probably because your gut is not working properly. If you got upper back for the upper thoracic to your C1, C2 up here, then you're probably looking at respiratory, right? You're looking at respiratory issues because that's where your lungs at. So from your mid back up to your neck, respiratory, oxygen. From your mid back to your lower back, your gut is going to be the problem why you got back pains. Something you're doing digestively. I'm just showing you how a TI is, okay? You guys want to learn this stuff? Get your ass into the school for $100 a month. I'm going to teach your ass for a year how to do this. So you'll learn and be able to go and take care of yourself and your family. When you get the inflammation, then that instantly is going to turn into symptoms. So you don't have four things took place within. You don't even know about it until you feel the pain, and the pain becomes a symptom. Wow. This is how disease is starting. Okay? This is how this disease is starting, and it's because of some blockages creatively, some blockage emotionally, some blockage physically, some blockage spiritually. And disease is often the body trying to deal with the blockages. And we already know what modern life is doing, so ain't no need to talking about that. It's lack of knowledge and education. That's why we're here. I know it's the lack of knowledge and education. I've witnessed people preying on your ignorance. I've witnessed these people on TikTok, on Temu, on Amazon, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter. I've witnessed these people. I'm the child of this era of entertainment technology. When I came into existence, we were the first children that was playing on Oregon Trail, numbers munchers, number crunchers. We had the floppy disk. We had the big ass Apple computer with the bit off Apple on it. We were the first children of technology, not these children today, not your child. So if you're around 40 to 50 years old, you the children of technology, not your children. They started on us. And I don't witness from floppy disk all the way up to your cell phone in your hand. So you can't tell me how to do this social media shit. You know what I'm saying? We know this thing. And modern life is encouraging this suppression. And it's creating the blockages. Because when you're sitting at your desk, or you sitting in that truck, remember I showed y'all how we sit. Truck drivers sit like this. You know, I can't really show you because I don't really want to pull my shirt up like that. But you know, it's your chest humped over your stomach. You know, you're sitting like this. You at the computer. You just that's a comfortable position. It's bad posture. Look at me. It's bad posture. Okay. You know, every now and then you might try to stretch up and stretch out, but then you get back in that comfortable position. Well, that's your breast or your chest. That little crease is pressing down on the diaphragm. The way you're sitting creates blockages. The way you're sitting creates blockages. You were made for outside. The lack of movement is creating blockages. So you guys got the audacity to keep eating all this food. Y'all blaming it on the food, but I'm telling you, you got to watch what you're doing with the food. When your grandmama them used to eat pig feet, they used to eat hog maw, they used to eat hog jaw, they used to eat pig ear, they used to eat everything on the pig from the rooted to the tooted. It was a different type of pig, but it was a different type of living. So they were outside burning that pig off, sweating that pig out of them. You are eating the same food, but without the same movement. Somebody put that in the chat, please. You are eating the same diet of your forefathers, but without the same lifestyle. From the rooter to the tooth. But you ain't doing nothing for it. In order for us to eat a chicken, my granddaddy had to catch the chicken. We had a chicken coop, but he got to catch the chicken. Who gonna catch it? You still got to run after it. You see? If you want to eat that chicken today, you got to run after that chicken. You got to catch that chicken. And he used to catch it too. So we're not working outside. We're supposed to be gardeners, construction people. We're supposed to be agriculturists. We're supposed to be farmers and all this type of stuff. And y'all look at that as some type of slave mentality. But those are your biggest industries on the planet. If you got into going back to those industries, we would be millionaires. I'm talking about the small people would be millionaires. You can't make no $1 million on nobody else's job, but you can make $1 million off your backyard. You can make $1 million by building houses more than you can by just real estate and renting and buying them out. Yeah, you're talking about the builder. Be the construction of the houses instead of being the investor of the houses and watch how much more money you make. See, they got you mentally entrapped. Now let's talk about mental modern life. You're constantly thinking. Because again, you do work on somebody else's job. It ain't giving you enough money for your financial future. So you're constantly thinking of ways to do what I got to do, what I got to do, what I got to do. And then they stressing you the hell out with these deadlines and with sorry ass coworkers. Or this person get off and they know you're a good worker and this person don't want to come to work. So you constantly at work. You ain't even got enough time for your children because they done hired 4 sorry motherfuckers and 1 good person, and you sitting up there trying to work for all them other 4 sorry folk. You never ever at home. Now your old lady cheating on you. Yeah, you got a pocket full of dough, but you ain't got nobody to spend it with. Constantly thinking. No stillness. Mentally. Causing you problems and blockages. Emotionally. Again, we was raised to be suppressed. So you don't really want to cuss her out. You don't really want to tell him the truth about how you feel. Y'all in a marriage together and you just still ain't been able to be yourself. I know so many people who scared to tell somebody their body count. That's a suppression. That's going to equal some reproductive issues. Oh, I ain't mean to do it. I had to. Y'all keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. See, it's a suppression. It's a suppression. He don't need to know my body count. Why you asking me about my other men? Don't worry about it. If you can't release them, they still in you. So either you don't want the body count or you want to be yourself. You want to be yourself, man. To somebody, you want to be able to get this shit off your chest. Get it out you and be done with it. Suppression, distraction, no releasing of these things causes blockages in your endocrine system. Now you privy to high blood pressure, high blood sugar, high cholesterol. All this stuff comes from this system that we're talking about. And then you got this environmental aspect of you not being outside. The light bulb doesn't give you what the sunlight does. You got this thing where you're indoors getting conditioned air instead of being outdoors getting unconditional air. Again, you were built for outside. That's what this was built for. Outside. It's a reason why you got this. It was built for outside. If you got this color, you were built for outside. I want y'all to know this. And as long as you keep staying inside, you're going to keep having inside the house diseases. That's what you got. Your children got these things, these allergies and these weak ass immune systems, the snotty nose, and that's inside the house diseases. You built for outside. High blood pressure, diabetes, that shit is inside the house diseases. Them in-house diseases. Them ain't outdoor diseases. You understand me? Artificial environments create the blockages. Modern life is slowing you down from following the Son of God in his path. We show you this with the owner's manual. When you get your foundational blueprint, you get this information in the palm of your hand. See, modern life is built to slow you down from getting this information from the Son, while at the same time speeding up your mind. It slows down your body, but speeds up your mind. Anything that slows down the body and speeds up the mind is a recipe for what? Modern life is slowing the body and speeding the mind. These two are a recipe for what? Let's just call it what a TI is. Thank you, Writer's Perspective. Let's just call it what a TI is. These two are a recipe for dis-ease. Why? Because they're going opposite ways. You need to be on one accord with your body and mind. Did y'all just hear that? Please keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. You need to be on one accord with your body and your mind. And you just got told that the modern system of today, and it don't matter if you in Africa, Asia, Australia, South America, North America, or Europe. Modern life Got nothing to do with region, what economy, what country that don't do this. They got modern life is ripping you apart, creating a short lifespan. If your body is going down and your mind is going up, you're divided. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, right? If something is going taking you this way, and another thing, that same thing is it's ripping you apart. And DI means what? The word DI means what? Two. Y'all can go Google this, or I can show you receipts. The word DI means two. So you got two ways there will be no ease of flow. Now, just the word DI, if y'all just go Google the word DI. It's in front of divorce. It's in front of disagreement. It's in front of all the shit that you don't really want. Dismantle, disorder, dis-ease, it's in front of everything. Division, yes, that's two visions. DI vision, division means two visions. So disease means two ways, two flows. And if you don't have, these must go this way together, or they must go this way together. You can't have it in the person like this. Either both of them are going to go down and slow down together, or they're going to speed up together. That means that you are in the right condition. Even when we talk about your blood pressure, I tell you guys that it's supposed to stay together. If your shit go from 117 over 75, okay, and then it go to 120 over 80, right? It's going together. It's not separating. When that top number starts separating from the bottom number, or that bottom number starts to separate itself from the top number, that's when you got blood pressure issues. It's no different in life, and it's no different inside of you as an individual. Modern life is literally ripping you apart. It slows the body down while speeding up the mind. So you'll never get to 120 like this. Some of y'all relationships are like this. You say, well, how do you know our relationships like this? Just wake up in the morning and look at where you going to work versus where he going to work. How many people go the opposite way of their spouse? Yes, sir. So I'm trying to just show you something. It's a slow erosion. It happens internally, and it also happens in the family dynamic as well. When you wake up in the morning, you go up I-20, they go down I-20. You go up around the block, they go down the block. A slow erosion. This is slow, but for sure. But where y'all going together? Where you going together? Yeah, two different directions, because it is a mirror of what's going on inside of each and every. Y'all are going you are going two different directions within you. He going two different directions within himself. Remember what I just said. Your off days is when you don't feel like it, but you still do it. Can't you see the separation? Because you can't just do what you feel. That is a double-minded person. You woke up not feeling like clocking in, but still carried your ass in there. That becomes the battle within the body. Somebody put that in the chat. The battle within the body, the battle within the mind. I need to tell you this. I need to show you this, because it don't matter how many medications you take, and it don't matter how many meditations you take, and it don't matter how many church congregations you go to, how many church you join. It don't matter how often you go to church. It doesn't matter how many herbs you get from somebody. If you don't understand this about yourself, then there will never be something that can quench the fire, that can quench the thirst within you. And I'm trying to stop you from paying for all of this bullshit until you understand how to get right within. All those things are supplemental. You are the biggest thing that needs to be fixed. There is no herb for you. There is no medication when you're the problem. I just told you what these arrows mean. That means that you're separated. You're going different directions within. That's what that means. That's all that means. Okay? Now, what you want to do and what you can do is you can get your owner's manual so you can see how you're really supposed to operate. You can get your foundational blueprint so you can have the herbs that you need. Okay? That's what you can do. Stop buying stuff without knowing thyself so that you can see yourself visually and know where you're going from here. No, it ain't no kind of a natural physics to do that, Susie C. Cat. It's not natural physics. The only thing that's natural physics is your ability to adapt. Your adaptation is natural physics, but you're adapting to the wrong program. See, that's natural physics. Your natural physics is that you can adapt to anything, but it doesn't mean that you can that you should adapt to the wrong ideology, the wrong program. So yeah, we can adapt to anything. Yes, that's true, but that's not right just because it's true. Nobody want to give a damn about no electrons and protons. Here you talking about? They work in a oneness. They work in a magnetic way, not an opposition. Electrons and protons work magnetically. They magnetically connect to the reactors, right? They magnetically connect to each other, creating the proton that's needed to move to do your job, and then that proton goes back, and then it magnetically connects again to do the thing that you wanted to do, and then once you finish, it goes back, and then they connect magnetically to do. So it's a magnetic thing, not a propelling thing or repelling thing. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing it too long. Okay, body release, learning how to relax yourself. Learning how to do the humming and the regulation is what can start to help you out in this. We teach you this stuff here on the HerbMan Show. Okay, standing up and moving your hips and loosening your spine and doing what you got to do when you in that truck. You got to get out sometimes and raise your arms up and and then you got to understand, because the thing is that yeah, we need food. Yeah, the people got to eat and this, that, and the third, but some of these jobs is killing you. That's all I'm gonna say. Some of these jobs is killing you. So the love of money, okay? The love of money. Money ain't messed up, but the love of money. And I'm saying you can make more in your backyard than you can do on these jobs. You just got to get the skills. Right now, we're not getting skills. We just want to pay bills. So you don't have no skills to make life on your own. Okay, I have to pay bills too, but I don't have to clock in. Which means you can do the same thing. Okay? You can do the same thing. Do you feel more open? Or do you feel tight in your life? Are you ready for real healing? That's really what this is all about. Understanding the difference between the flow and the blockages in your life. Not just in your body, but in your life. So when we're telling you about you're built for outside, it's because you need to make time in your whatever you're doing to walk outside, to stretch outside, to get outside sunlight. That is going to create movement. Okay? That's going to create movement. So in order for you to have the flow, you got to move. Somebody put move in the chat. You got to move. Walking, stretching, sunlight, move, outside. Okay? Let me make sure I put outside right here. Okay? The next one is you got to hydrate. And everybody be asking me about what's the best water. It must be water that it has been moving. Bottled water don't move. Faucet water is better than bottled water. Yes, faucet water has the disinfectants in it. You can use a filtration for that. But faucet water moves. Bottled water has less restrictions. Your faucet water, them folks gotta, y'all know somebody work at the water plant. Them folks gotta treat that water and wash that water every goddamn day. They don't do that with your bottled water. Faucet water is better than your bottled water. Filtered faucet water is better than your bottled water because it's moving. Also, it's more regulated than your bottled water. Bottled water just sitting there, chilling. I ain't got to all the rest of the waters yet, but can't nobody get coconut water if you ain't over there in the coconuts. So then you got to worry about where your coconut coming from, how long your coconut been on the shelf. I'm trying to give folks practical things. Where we live at in America, you might not have no goddamn coconuts if you ain't in California or Florida. There's 49 or Hawaii somewhere. So you got about 48 other states that ain't got no goddamn natural coconut growth in their state. But you got mountains. You got springs. You got waterfalls and shit going around here. So that's the real water. All right. So the next one is hydrate. But what I just told you was about going and getting your own water. So then you'll be back outside moving. Okay. You'll be back outside moving. Hydration and water that moves create movement in you. Y'all see that? Water that moves create movements in you. Okay. The next one is you got to breathe, baby. Breathe better. Remember I told you who got bad posture. Right? We got bad posture. So we need to make sure we're learning how to breathe, learning how to be in good posture when we're doing our thing. Okay? You need that because oxygen is going to always equate over to circulation. Right? You remember that iron thing? So you need to do that. Another one is understanding the importance of elimination, right? That's flow. If you guys need help eliminating and you don't have no problem with your kidneys or nothing like that, go on the website, type in detox. It's a 21-day lymphatic cleanse. As long as you don't have kidney problems, it's a 21-day lymphatic cleanse. It's going to help you sweat it out, cough it up, urinate it out, defecate it out. What's going to happen is that elimination is going to help reduce your regulate your blood pressure, regulate your blood sugar, reduce your inflammation, and you're going to lose 15 to 20 pounds. And I know it's going to be spring and summer, and you're trying to figure out how you can get that extra 15 to 20 pounds off. As long as you ain't got no kidney problems, detox. Go to the website, type in detox. You need the sweat, and you also need daily bowel movement. But we're going to add the other ones in there. Not only the sweating and the daily bowel movement, but also cranking up that urination and then also helping you with getting that mucus and shit up out of your lungs. Elimination. Okay? Another one that we teach you here in the owner's manual is the release. Right? Emotionally releasing. So we teach you about singing, dancing, laughing, and hugging. Okay? They all belong to up here. Singing or humming. I'm sorry. Because I don't want y'all to think you got to know how to sing. Dancing. Laughing. Hugging. Or touching, whichever one you want to do. Okay? These are how you emotional release. When you start doing these things, humming, dancing, laughing, and these produce some of the baddest medicines in you. When you're talking about oxytocin, endorphins, GABA, when you're talking about dopamine, serotonin, they all come from these. Those 5 right there plus more are some of the baddest medicines on the planet that they ain't even got, that shit don't even grow on trees. You can't duplicate that in medication. So this comes from what? Your thoughts, your emotions, the tension. It has to be released. The body will heal itself when it can move again. The body can heal itself when it can move again. Okay. I don't know nothing about no adopting no cats. Ain't no need of y'all turning these wild animals into pets. I'd rather you come from being a pet to go back to being a wild animal. Stop trying to domesticate these things like you're domesticating yourself. I want you to go back to wild harvested. We too domesticated. You need to be a wild harvested woman. A wild harvested woman ain't gonna put no weave in her hair. A wild harvested woman ain't gonna put fake eyelashes on. A wild harvested woman ain't gonna put cosmetics on her body. A wild harvested woman is not gonna give a damn about what folks think about you. You just love the fact that you being wild harvested and you the way God designed you. A wild harvested woman ain't worried about shoes on her feet. A wild harvested woman ain't worried about being bucket naked. A wild harvested woman ain't worried about shaving her stuff down to look like a baby. The wild harvested woman, tired of domesticated, want a wild harvested fruit. Now y'all asking me why I moved to Africa. I just wanted some wild harvest. That's it. That's all that they wanted. So I just wanted to taste the fruit wild harvested. You feel me? I done had to domesticate it. I ain't saying nothing wrong with it, but I know it's two different types of fruit. And you can get the commercial, and then you can go out there and get wild harvested. And so the deeper truth is that flow is not even physical. Flow is how we live. And when you're very adaptable, responsive, and present in the moment, that's a flow life. But if you're feeling rigid and tense, unsure, confused, reactive all the time, that's a blockage life. How long I've been over there? I've been going back and forth for 6 years now. But we about to be over there in the next week. So I'm flying next week. So when y'all see me out the next week, we'll be back in Africa. Okay? So the biggest question is, how many of you feel blocked? And how many of you feel flow? Overall. Thank you guys for the 100,000 likes. We appreciate you. How many of you guys feel blocked? And how many of you feel flow? And which is winning in your life? Which is winning in your life? Cole said, I feel blocked. Let us free you up, Cole. Get your owner's manual for a funky measly $50. Let us show you how to free yourself up, Cole. Okay? Treasured beauty. Feeling blocked, right? Let us free you up. Let us help you free you up. Somebody said half and half. Let us change the ties for you, okay? I feel blocked, Tay. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. Gaga said both, right? D-Love said the love said a slow flow. Yeah, they just like turning on the faucet. You got it on high, but it's dripping. That's blocked. Y'all can call it how you want to, but that's blocked, okay? Yes, if you guys are interested in your owner's manual, you can go to the website and type in owner's manual. If you want the herbs that come with it, then you have to type in blueprint, okay? Right? But let us show you how to get unblocked. You say, well, what am I going to get in your owner's manual? This diagram that's going to show you where you at versus where you're going, right? That's a GPS system. So it acts as a calculator and a compass, all based on your birthday. Then it's going to give us your spiritual tendencies, your physical tendencies. It's going to give us your nature-based interventions. It's going to give us the emotion you should release. You know, all this stuff right here that we talked about. You get that in your owner's manual for a funky measly $50. There's no better assessment. And then you could take that with you on to your doctor's appointments. You could take it with you to your blood test and all this other shit you're doing. You could take it with you to that. Okay? But this will be the definitive thing about you. Not about what's in your blood, but what's going on in your life. And you put those together, and you're going to be good. The blueprint, if you want the herbs to come with it, yes. If you just want your owner's manual, that's one thing. Now, you get the herbs in your owner's manual, but you don't get the herbs coming with your owner's manual, meaning that we give you the herbs as well. We do sell herbs. Okay? Anybody else? And the biggest thing that I want you guys to understand is don't try to fix everything at once. You don't need to try to fix everything at once. You just need to restore movement. You need to know how. You need to know what areas of your life. Some of you guys already know what areas, but you just don't know how. How many people know what it is they need to do, but they don't know how? Put some ones in the chat if you really know what I know what I'm trying to do. I know what I need to do, but I don't know how to do it though. I don't know really how to get it done. That's what the owner's manual is about. That's the blueprint. The blueprint is to show you how to do it. Okay? It's not just going to reveal what is going on in your life. It's going to also show you how to get this thing done. Now, you just have to have the kahunas to get her done. And if that means you finding a new job, if that means that you got to find a new way to approach your relationships, if that means that you got to find the information you need for your wealth growth, you gotta be able to do it. In order for us to get you from poor to rich, you have to use your time wisely. In order for me to get you from single to family, you got to be able to use your time wisely. In order for me to be able to get you from sick to well, you have to be able to use your time wisely. So it's all about commitment. And if we identify that the job is making you sick, you got to be willing to make the change, knowing that everything is going to be okay. Look, if you got that job and you was ignorant virtually, and God still looked out for you when you didn't know, what you think God going to do when you do know? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. The same God that got you that job is the same God that'll get you another one. You got to think about it. If you was blind to all of this and you making $30 an hour, boy, it's much more around the corner when you can see. If you was blind to all of this and you feel like you met the best woman you ever had and you was blind to it, boy, if that situation get over with, your next one got to be your best one when you can see. God done gave you children, gave you money, and gave you women, and gave you men, and gave you opportunities in your blindness. What more will you get when you can see? I used to be the same way, but scared money don't make no money. I was making 6 figures in corporate America. My first year doing herbs, I went down to making, 5 figures. I went from $250K to $40,000 the first year I did herbs. $40,000, bro. I got a $300,000 house. I had 2 cars. What the hell am I gonna do with $40,000? And that's working at a brick and mortar. Left the brick and mortar after 5 years. Left that brick and mortar. Went back into the wilderness. Don't know why you want me to leave my brick and mortar. Got back up to 6 figures from 40, got back up to 6 figures, and then now you telling me that I need to leave my shop? Yeah, because the shop got you stagnated. I want you to teach the world. I want you to travel the world. That's what you wanted to do, right? So don't just sit in here for money. Don't sit in here for comfortability. You told me long time ago that you wanted to travel the world, you wanted to retire, and you wanted to be able to do this, that, and the third. We still keeping your own plan, pimp. So I said, but dog, man, I work so hard, but to get from that 40 stack, but up into these 6 figures, this thing gets scary, Mary. Now, boom. Don't nothing stop me. I can go anywhere, anytime, do anything I want to do. Living the life I said when I was 17, 18 years old. You guys can do this. If you ain't scared, God will take you far. You just got to put your hands up on that roller coaster, remember? Y'all got to put y'all hands up on the roller coaster. When nature says shift, when nature is telling you to shift, what are you going to do? If you feel that nature is telling you to shift, what is it that you're going to do? Yeah, but you got to take that ride and put your hands up, real motivation. If nature is telling you to shift, if you feel that nature is telling you to shift, what are you going to do? Thank you, treasured beauty. Thank you, auntie. Thank you, I am that I am. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Twyla. You can't hold on. If you're going to hold on, then you're going to continue to be sick. Thank you, Shirley. If you feel that nature is telling you to shift, and this is my problem with the ministry. This is why I left the ministry. Because there's no room for shifting. I wrote this sermon Thursday for Sunday. I ain't gonna shift. This is what God told me Thursday. What? Hey, look, it's all the sermon on Thursday is the backup plan. It's not the original programming. Let me teach y'all something. When you write a sermon on Thursday, that's the backup plan. The original plan is to go in Sunday and feel your church. You can feel your church. This is why you got to be an open vessel. You can feel your church on Sunday. See, I got a backup plan, but my original plan is intuition. So I have devotion service. And in devotion, folks tell me what's going on. This morning or last week or this week or after Bible study, and then you get a feel and a pulse of the people coming in. And if you know the Bible, you can come up with the word. That's shifting. That's spiritual sensitivity. But that backup sermon, that's for when you don't have that, when you don't feel that pulse. I got something prepared. But I prepared that versus coming in ill prepared just to allow God to get room enough to shift me. If he don't shift, I'm prepared. I got a sermon I wrote Thursday. If he do shift me, I'm prepared. We can go elsewhere with it. Now, some preachers do that. They'll let you know. I came in here today to talk about this, but we're going to talk about this. Go to John, first chapter, right? Those are your best ones. He shifted. So I'm wavering daily on this potential move. Yeah, because you need to look back at your owner's manual, real motivation. Your owner's manual will show you what you need to be trying to do right now. Yes, but y'all holding on to the truck driving job. You're holding on to the spouse. You're holding on to the community. You're holding on to an ideology. You're holding on to a program that makes it feel safe to stay, even though nature is telling you to shift. Which one will you do? I done did some of the most scariest stuff ever known to man. Okay? But it's all good because I know I'm going to be okay regardless. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the best thing about it, real motivation. You can't be sure. You don't even want to be Y'all don't want to have fun. Y'all don't want to have fun. Y'all are too robotic with life. I'm trying to tell you, y'all are too robotic with life. Y'all don't want to have fun. Fun is in the unsurety. Okay? Just type it in. Don't look for it. Type it in. I got a search engine on the website. Okay? Yeah, you are in control. But what I'm saying is, don't worry about the unsurety. Fun is in the unsurety. I've been feeling like I needed to shift from this job. Shift. I want to have fun. Yeah. The people who ride a roller coaster with their hands up, don't they look like they have more fun than the person that's clenching? I don't know if y'all got Six Flags, but I got Six Flags over here in Georgia. When I go to Six Flags, the people who did this on the ride look like they were having way more fun than the people who were clenching. You're clenching these things. You don't know how to release. Let go of the high blood pressure, let go of the diabetes, let go of what's causing you these cancers, let go of that bar, let go of the bar of life, let it go of that bar, let go of that bar. I'm afraid, I'm scared, please. Let go of the bar. I know, but I've been making the money, I got kids, I got bills. Let go of the bar. I got you. See, you can't say you trust God. I don't want to talk about all this meditation and praying and shit, and you can't let go. You're supposed to have all this faith and you can't let go. We in a roller coaster ride. What you think you're gonna do? You think your hands gonna hit one of the bars? This man standing beside you 7 feet taller than you with his hands up. How the ball gonna hit your arm? Let go. Let go, man. Let go. Ride this ride like this. Just convince yourself, talk yourself into it. Close your eyes and just ride it. It's more fun that way. It's more fun that way. It's more fun that way, man. It's more fun that way. Okay? It's more fun that way. And when you can trust God, then God can start trusting you. That's what y'all don't understand. That's the flip side of it. When you can learn how to trust God that way, God can now say, I can trust you now. I can trust that you're going to do what I tell you to do now. See, y'all think that little holding means something personal to you, but it really is indicative to your relationship with what you call God. And see, God be watching you. You think the job is doing everything for you. So how can you keep giving credit to God? You think the man did everything for you. How can you keep giving credit to God? You let go. Then nature says, okay, you're willing to let go? Now I can take you where I want you to go. Whew. Now them little dreams can come to reality. I don't know if I'm talking to somebody out there. I don't know if y'all hear me, but I hope that you do. I hope that you came today for that message. That if you let go, it establishes your relationship with the Most High in a way that where now God can take you where you always dreamed of going. The only thing that's been stopping you in fulfilling your dreams is you won't let go. You won't let go. You won't let go. And it's okay. But that's you ain't gonna get off the ride. So you just got this constant thing saying, let go. Real motivation. Baby, just let go. God got you. That's what God telling you. Real motivation. I got you. I've look at what I've done in your ignorance of me being here. What you think I'm gonna do when you start to see me actually there? So I used to be a barber 12 hours a day till got hit by a stroke. Not worked for nearly 6 years. Got everything. I know you finna say I got everything I need, man. I know Manny finna say I got everything I need. Uh-huh. I know you about to say that, man. Yeah, hello, brother. Cheeto Val, what's happening? What's happening? Yeah, you gotta let go. And see, this thing is going to allow you to do that with a little bit more clarity, with a little bit more assurance. You know, I teach this all the time. The best insurance is assurance. You guys are looking for assurance. You need to know that if I let this job go, am I going to be okay? And I'm trying to assure you that the insurance that you have in nature will be able to give you the best assurance. Okay? Assurance is ASSURANURANCE. Insurance is IEINSURANCE. So you need some assurance, which is your insurance. But you got to have assurance first. And I'm saying to you, the assurance is in the letting go. And then you're going to be insured. You're going to be covered. You're going to be covered. You're going to be covered. Huh? You're going to be covered. You're going to be covered. Okay? You're going to be covered. Get your owner's manual. Get your blueprint. Okay? If you're dealing with some issues and you need the herbs, get the blueprint. If you need the detox, you need to get the healer's package. Okay? Get your healer's package. If you want to detox and you want to do the owner's manual and you want your herbs, you need to do the healer's package. Go to the website, go to the search engine, and you type all of this stuff in. Okay? All right? If you want to learn this stuff, get into the HerbMan School. The early bird special ends March 31st. Okay? Somebody put in the chat, assurance. I'm going to go ahead and write this. Somebody put in the chat, assurance. And then we're going to get up out of here. You guys, I appreciate all of your love, man. I love you back. And there ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Assurance. Some of y'all are standing on your job for insurance. Right? Some of y'all, this is the biggest reason why you stay on your job. They call it benefits. Well, I'm talking about benefits as well. But not benefits from man, benefits from nature. So a lot of you guys are staying on your jobs because of the benefits of the insurances that you have from a job. Am I right? Am I right? A lot of you guys are staying on your jobs, government, state jobs, county jobs, private sector jobs. You look at the benefits, the insurances you get, the insurances. Am I right? But they seldom give you some assurance. You got your 401k, all this. So you get assured that when you get sick, you got this. You get assured that when you retire, you got this. You got this right here. You get assured that when you something happens to you or your family, you got this right here. That's what it's about. They are assuring you that you got this if something happens to you. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is that that's a modern system that was built from a natural system. And the natural system requires your spirituality because spirituality is your relationship with nature. This owner's manual is an old ancient health paradigm that has always assured man through the insurances of nature. So the whole model that you got came from this. But no modern man knows how to introduce this and reintroduce this back to the people in order for them to see that the modern system ain't got nothing on the ancient system. The ancient system is what created the modern system. And if you're trying to take the pacifier from out the baby's mouth, what I'm trying to say is we got a replacement for you. Some of us are coming up with ideas, trying to snatch that pacifier out with no replacement. You can't do that. But if you understand nature and you understand history and you do the research, you will see that the modern pacifier can be replaced by the ancient bottle. And we can give you and assure you of the same insurances, but you got to believe in nature. You got to believe in God, for real, for real. I just don't like to use these little names. because I know it'll be the divisive. So I'm just trying to use nature because I need to know. I need for my Asian brother to know that this for him too. I'm trying to use nature because I need for my African brother to know that this for him too. I'm trying to just use the word nature because I need for my South American brother to know that this for them too. I'm trying to use nature so that I need for my atheist brother to know that this for them too. I'm trying to use nature so that I can need for my Alaskan brother, my Hawaiian brother, my European brother, whoever you at and wherever you at. Believer or non-believer, nature still has this model for you. That's what I'm attempting to do so that we can cross these barriers that have been set up because of wordplay and language. Go back to nature. Go back home. Go back to God, man. Look, I'm going to leave y'all right there, man. I appreciate you guys. If you need anything from your homie HerbMan, DM me, email me, let us know what you got going on. We'll try to point you in the right directions, man. I love you guys, man, and it's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Please go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan, and until next time, love HerbMan. We appreciate all of your love, man. Thank you for the 120 plus K likes on today, man. We appreciate you guys. If you need anything, I'm here. Peace, peace. Enjoy your Friday. We'll be back on same back time, same back channel tomorrow. Peace, 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 peace. Know that you got insurance when you come over this way. Know that you got benefits when you come back to nature. Don't let them boo swingle you, thinking that they the only ones that got some benefits for you. Nature can provide you with the assurance and the insurance you need for your life and for your children and for your future. Peace.